Hey, this is John, and this is probably the question I get more than anything else, and that is, what are the best stomach fat burning exercises? But it's usually the answer to this question that people find the most shocking, especially when I tell them that the real secret to getting six-pack abs has nothing to do with some expensive equipment that you might find in the gym, also has nothing to do with some gimmick that you might see on TV. In fact, it has nothing to do with crunches. And I'll even take it a step further. The real reason why most people never get to see a six-pack is because they are spending too much time exercising their abs. Here's the myth that everyone seems to buy into. Somewhere down the road, people became convinced that they can target fat in different areas of their body through exercise. Got fat arms? Work your arms out with some dumbbells. Got fat legs? Work out those legs. Got a fat belly? Do more crunches. But the fact is, you can do 1,000 crunches a day, but all you're doing is working your muscles. Listen to this closely, because I'm only going to say this one more time. You cannot specifically target fat loss in specific parts of your body. You can build muscles in those parts, but when it comes to fat loss, you either have to create a calorie deficit by dieting or create a calorie deficit through exercise and burning fat. The fact of the matter is, you already have a six-pack. Everyone does. It's just hiding under a layer of fat. And the real struggle is with this stubborn belly fat that you just can't seem to get rid of. So the real question is not necessarily what is the best exercise for abs, but what is the best way to burn off that belly fat and in the quickest amount of time. So, just how do you burn off that stubborn belly fat so that you can finally show off those hot abs that are hiding underneath? Well, while we can't specifically target your belly fat, the objective is to get your overall body fat down a significant smaller fat percentage so that your body can naturally begin consuming the fat around your belly for energy. And the only way to do this is to create a calorie deficit, meaning your body takes in less calories than it needs. Therefore, instead of storing fat, it looks for energy in other places, such as your belly, and it naturally begins to burn fat. So, when it comes to burning calories and creating that calorie deficit so that we can once and for all get that six-pack we've always wanted, what is the best exercise? Well, according to the research, you can burn 200 calories an hour if you're walking, say, 2.5 miles. And according to the same research, you can burn just as many calories playing golf. And crunches? Well, that doesn't even make it in the top 10, but enough of that. But when it comes to the number one exercise on earth that will allow you to burn tons of calories faster than anything else, the answer is cycling. You see that bike? This is the most powerful exercise you can do for abs. In fact, depending on how fast you ride a bike, you can burn anywhere from 500 to 1,000 calories an hour. But at the end of the day, whether you are dieting or exercising, getting a killer six-pack really boils down to consuming less calories than your body burns. This way, your body is forced to get that extra energy it needs from the extra fat in your belly. But if you want to know a killer shortcut to getting a six-pack without dieting or exercising any more than you are now, then listen to this. The quickest and easiest way in the world to create a calorie deficit in record speed and burn that belly fat has little at all to do with exercise and everything to do with what you eat. And here's a secret. You don't have to starve yourself to get a six-pack through diet either. In fact, all you have to do is add just a few simple fat-burning foods to your meals. The fact is, there are several foods that you can begin eating right now that will cause your body to store less fat and begin burning that stubborn belly fat at rest. And the best part is, you can start adding these foods to your diet right now without spending another day in the gym. All you have to do is simply tweak your diet just a little bit by adding these fat-burning foods to your meals. For example, One of these foods is super dark chocolate. Now, I'm not talking about grabbing a big 400-calorie Snickers full of a bunch of junk that your body doesn't need. However, instead, try getting a hold of some super dark chocolate with at least 72% cocoa content or even higher. Just 1 or 2 small squares of this dark chocolate can easily many times satisfy your sweet tooth for only 30 or 40 calories, as opposed to 500 calories for a piece of chocolate cake or a piece of pie. And the very best part is the cocoa also accelerates your metabolic rate by turning your belly into a fat-burning furnace. Just ensure you don't overdo it. The idea is to consume just enough to satisfy your cravings for sweets while simultaneously providing your metabolism a nice boost. Now, another one of these amazing fat-burning foods is coconut milk and oil. The coconut has a super healthy and balanced type of saturated fat called medium-chain triglycerides. While several other fatty foods you eat simply wind up being stored as belly fat, this one-of-a-kind of triglyceride has within it fat that is rapidly consumed by your body for energy versus other fats that are stored around your waistline. This way, you wind up getting all the really good fat your body needs, yet without all the unneeded and ugly side effects. These are just a few examples of fat-burning foods, but just imagine how quickly you could get a six-pack if you incorporated tons more foods just like this into your everyday eating habits. You could easily eat your way to a six-pack without having to do extra exercising or starving yourself. If you like this video, then you will love my next video even better. I'm going to reveal 27 fat-burning foods that you can print, plus 3 sneaky ways that you can trick your body into burning more fat, and all of this without doing one single exercise and without starving yourself. Simply click the link below this video in my description to watch the next video.